Welcome to another epic episode / installment of Catfish, the review part Dukes. And for those of you who are just jumping on and watching this is the web series, mini review web series that I am using to follow and critique every episode of Catfish, the TV show, for the 3rd season. And OMG, it is an epic. This has been an epic season. I'm Ralph Jaguar, and yes, I'm coming back at you with another one. And this mini review series is being made possible by Ralph J Images. Turning out to be some week, huh? Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this. And here we go. As you can see here, Nev and Max are amped, and they are ready for this week's episode of Catfish, the review. Catfish, the TV show. The story of Bianca and Brogan. Bianca is a 20-year-old lesbian girl that lives in Durham, North Carolina. Interesting look she has here. She looks, good to me. And Bianca met this girl, Brogan, on Facebook. And when they started talking, they had an immediate connection because they shared the same interests like body modifications, tattoos, and piercings. Bianca never asked Brogan to video chat because she enjoyed their conversations on the phone, and sometimes Skyping can be awkward. Well, I wouldn't know because I haven't been able to Skype with anyone yet. And just when Bianca was getting comfortable with Brogan deleted her Facebook profile and stopped replying to Bianca's messages. Bianca did fall for Brogan. Bianca tried to move on, but couldn't. Wowzers. Then, a year later, much to Bianca's surprise, I guess we could call it the pleasant surprise, Brogan returned and reactivated her Facebook profile and started texting and messaging Bianca again. So she just picked right back up where they left off last, like nothing had changed. And Brogan never explained her disappearance. No explanation whatsoever. Okay, Jaguars and fans of this show, you know that throughout this episode we have been changing a few things here and there, a few curveballs every now and then. Well, here's another one. For this episode right here, we got a special guest joining Nev and Max on this story investigation. It's the ever popular model and a fan of this show, and someone who had her own experience with people making fake profiles, Selita Ebanks. Okay, that's right, Selita Ebanks here. I hope I was able to spell her name right. So she's joining Nev and Max on this story investigation. And right here, Selita, Max, and Nev are meeting Bianca here. So Bianca just needs Nev and Max and Celita to find answers and, of course, arrange a meet if possible. With Celita in tow, Nev and Max start the investigation by typing Brogan's full name on the search. Then this comes up, her info. Nev and Max, say that this is a good sign. 20, female, Davenport, Iowa. And guess what, Jaguars and fans of this show? This is the part of the show where Nev and Max do their popular, infamous image search. And it never works. Nothing ever comes up. Yeah, gee, I really wonder what's going to come up. Lo and behold, huge surprise. No matches come back for any of the picks. Wow, this is a really great system that they have here. Oh yeah. Good mythos, guys. Now they look up the phone number of Brogan. And guess what? They actually let Celita push the button for this. Oh yeah, big task there, pushing a button. And I'm sure that Celita really feels honored by that. Makes her feel like she's part of the team. Yeah, very good. Okay, well, after Celita pushes the button, this comes up. Not a dang on thing. Nothing comes up. And now Nev wants to look up her name on Scorpio search. And by the way, they really spent hours, doing this. Celita, Nev and Max, yeah, they sat in a bar or some eating place, and they spent hours on a computer doing this, by the way, which is the usual on this show. And check out what came up. More, nothing. So now Nev searches her name without the land on Google. Gee, I wonder what's going to come up. Don't you? Whoa! Oh my God! Something actually came up. Oh! Wow! Something actually came up on the screen. Oh my! OMG! This is a Kodak moment right here, Jaguars and fans of this show. Quick, get your camera. Something actually came up. OMG. An ever-growing wonder. Anonymous asks, who the hell is Brogan? Acosta. That name, which is ironically my best friend's first. And so they go to an ever-growing wonder, which is the website, and this comes up. And then they find this pic right here. They find this pic explaining why Brogan would have disappeared for a year. She was pregnant, just like Celita called it. Max, of course, goes into a little bit of a fit because of this. Because he actually believes that Celita was there to replace him. Yeah, right. We can't replace Max. We can't replace Max. You know that. Or can we? Nev types an ever-growing wonder on Google and find this. It's Chloe, she's 19, but she lives in the UK with Chris, and they live in a home together. Now they search Chloe Acaster. They type it into the computer. And then this comes up. Chris Acaster, his bio, and all of his information. So Nev and Max, they dig a little deeper. And they find Chris's Facebook profile. And just check out the design of the profile here. I'm real curious as to how he was able to design this. Anyways, on his Facebook profile, here's a pic of him and Chloe together as a couple. Alright. And check it out, Jaguars. They find Chloe's Facebook profile with this. Nev, Max, and Celita determined that this girl right here in this picture Bianca had been talking to is not this girl. Her name is not Brogan. Damn. And you can just imagine how this is going to be for Bianca. Well, actually, if you saw this week's episode, you didn't have to imagine it. It's written all over her face right here because right now, Nev, Max, and Celita, they tell and show Bianca everything they found out about quote-unquote Brogan, unquote. And yeah, Bianca is broken down and devastated. Damn. Yeah, one of the downsides of this job. Alright, Jaguars and fans of this show, and here's the real girl behind the Brogan. What happened was Nev called Brogan, talked to her, and was able to arrange the meet. Now Nev, Max, and Celita and Bianca go to Iowa to meet Brogan, whose real name is Tia, and here she is, Tia aka Brogan. Yep, the real girl. The real girl behind this whole effing thing. I was hoping for the axe murderer, but he still wasn't here in this episode. But here we have Tia. Tia, a lesbian herself, said she created a Brogan profile on Facebook and got addicted to it and lost sight of herself. Tia did apologize for doing it. Yeah, she apologized for concocting this whole scam. And she also explained the year-long disappearance. The reason for the year-long disappearance is because Tia realized that it was wrong and had decided to stop being Brogan. But then Tia thought a lot about Bianca and wanted to get in touch with her again. That's why Tia decided to start up being Brogan again. And Tia had dated other people online in the guise of Brogan, but then came clean to them. But it was harder for Tia to come clean to Bianca. Really messed up, huh? Sick, man. Just plain old sick. So 24 hours later, Bianca had a talk with Tia, and Tia explained herself and said that she was a victim of sexual assault. Then she became depressed and gained a lot of weight. And when she created a Brogan profile on Facebook, that was an escape for her. Yeah, it's very tragic. Damn. Now, after telling a story like that, I guess at this point a part of me can understand why Tia would do this. But still, lying to Bianca like that and concocting this whole thing and creating this fake, Brogan profile is still no excuse for her to, do that, because it's not going to help her situation. But anyways, Bianca and Tia did come to an understanding. Good ending. Very nice, guys. And here's a photo of them all together, moving from left to right. Max, Tia, Bianca, Nev, and our special guest, Celita. Wow, this week's episode was pretty long and exhausting. Well, at least for me it was. Bianca is still healing from losing Brogan and is not yet ready to let Tia into her life in a meaningful way. But Bianca does hope that Tia is doing well. Tia says that she does regret deceiving Bianca the way that she did with the lies. Tia says that she is a better person today because of the experience. This week's episode was a bit different because Celita decided to join in this adventure of Nev and Max. And I think that it was great having her in this episode. In fact, it was epic. So, mother effing epic. Get it? Celita was very helpful. She contributed and brought a lot to the table. That really turned this show around. Who knows who else is going to want to stop by and join Nev and Max in on this. I'm very curious to see. So, in closing, please check out these other web series brought to you by Ralph J. Images.